Wow. Wow.
No, what was the dude? Seth, you guys told me about that guy?
I'm not even
No,
following.
why?
the
It was
podcast.
not Owen Wilson.
Thanks.
It was like a preacher. Why?
You
I'm
should do
following
that
it
too.
now.
You should do
I
that.
just followed
I
it.
appreciate it. We're on all platforms.
We're live, yes.
we're live.
Thank you for asking. Always good to check, you know?
There's the
Always
YouTube.
good to check in there. Oh, yeah, I got to share
I
this
wish
thing.
somebody would have said we were live.
I wish somebody was talking to his mic.
I am.
So where does this pop up?
It'll pop up on Facebook.
You're going to go the whole show now? Oh, Mike who?
It's on YouTube right now if you want to use that link.
Oh, I see.
Mm-mm.
Oh wait, I see it
No.
on there now. It
Don't.
says live.
A new survey from Purdue says that you need to make at least $140,000 to be happy in California.
I agree.
You think people are happy in California?
No, everyone in California is lost.
No, they're not. But
They're not, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, the weather's nice, of course," and
It
then they're not
is.
happy again. You know?
it is really nice, I've heard. Never been.
Never want to.
Yeah, it's like 75 all year.
I would
with,
totally
like,
go.
No rain, even. It's wild.
Be sure to like it as well when you share it.
What do I
Um,
say?
Just, hey, come chat with us live.
Yeah.
And then people can talk to us. And we can
Oh, hey,
talk to
there's the
them.
video. Okay. Now I'm going to share it.
Or tasted like it. Deviled egg.
Oh, your volume's up, Joey, after I just said, hey, turn your volume down.
That can't be mine. I'm plugged into the thing, right?
Oh, it's still hers then. Turn your volume down on your phone.
Mine's down.
That was Joey. Now it's
It is Joey's.
Yeah, mine was bend down.
Mine is down, and I'm
Bend
plugged
down.
into the box.
it was you, bro.
Did I? Oh, no, wait. I just commented on our own video instead of shared it.
Dude, you are the worst social media person ever.
That's the worst. That's one of my favorite.
I shared it from the Podbless page. It's like, yeah, we
That's one of
posted
my-
it from the Podbless page.
That's one of my favorite Tim Hawkins videos that you showed on Sunday. You know,
Oh.
that is the worst.
That is the word. Is it? But is Chilean miners, right? Is it? Yeah. That is one of the best ones.
That sounded like a lot
Speaking
of
of
stuff
Tim
out of
Hawkins
context.
videos, I need to talk to you about one of them.
Off.
I don't know,
Camera?
I don't know if it's wrong to like kind of. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
We'll talk about it afterward. Don't forget, though. Oh, should we mute everything for a second?
If you want.
I'm
It
so
doesn't-
interested now.
It won't take long.
Okay, we're just going to mute everybody just for... And we're back. Hey, guys.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up?
Click on the thing on the top right-hand corner. You'll see
So, look, I
comments.
commented on our own thing accidentally. So,
No,
there's
that's
that.
Joe
Just
Bush,
getting it
so-
rolling. I'm thinking about dropping the Y.
You can. I'm sorry. I might not.
Yeah, no,
Very
I don't.
proudly.
Yeah, I'll respect everyone's opinion on that, but
Dropping the
I'll
Y.
try.
Yeah, I'm just
There'll
thinking
be
about being
situations
Joe
where I probably
instead
do.
of Joey. I think I'm old now.
You could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll still call you Joey.
See, you can drop the last letter of your name, and it's still the same name.
Josh.
Yeah.
Joshua.
Well, Mo Joseph.
Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah.
J.
No, J-O. I could drop the last two and still have the same name.
What about Jay?
No, that's my
Did you know that Homer J. Simpson's middle name is actually J-A-Y?
My sister, Bailey's dad, his name is Jamin. Yeah, I've never heard anybody named Jamin before. It's pretty
My
cool.
brother's middle name is Jamin.
It's a pretty cool name.
Jamin.
Jamin.
Wow.
Just J-A-M-I-N, like Jammin.
Yeah.
It looks like Jammin, but it's Jamin.
Jamin.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Jamin.
Nathan
Jamin. Yeah,
Huh.
it's a cool name.
That is a cool
Yeah.
name.
We be jamming.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Seth, now we're... You guys get so many comments.
We really do. It's pretty amazing.
1 minute.
We be
1
jamming.
minute.
We
have a lot of stuff
jamming
tonight.
with you.
This is a packed show tonight.
I'm glad the air's working.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't it
it's
feel
not.
great?
It is. No, I can feel it over here because I'm under the vent.
Yeah, it's
I
not
can
very
Lucky
strong
you.
over
You
here.
picked a bad seat.
Cooling all the air.
You good?
I'm feeling it. 40 seconds.
40 seconds. Oh, man. That egg's going to explode all over us. And you know what? Yoke's on you.
Yeah. Digging the stash, bud.
Thanks, man.
Digging the
I've been
stash.
rocking it for the
You weren't
past
supposed to tell anybody.
3 weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris, where are you?
Rooster didn't have a stash like this.
I'm about to call
No,
like
but
the...
anyone I see
state
with a
search
stash
on-
anymore, it has to be
Without
called
an
Rooster.
APB.
You know.
Yeah. He's always here.
Missing person.
We've talked about that, right? How on the ranch show, everybody,
seconds.
as soon as they watched it, they called me up and were like, dude,
8,
you're Rooster from the
7,
ranch. You're so
6.
Rooster.
Hey, that kind of fits
I
in
was
my
talking
topic
about from
tonight.
Top Gun,
5,
Oh.
4, 3,
I don't watch that
2,
garbage.
1. Oh.
Hello and welcome to the Podbless podcast with 3 dads who are involved in church ministry where one is a full-time minister, the other is a volunteer, and one is a veteran of both.
This podcast will deal with the interaction between our faith and our day-to-day lives.
With a few fun segments in between.
I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Brett.
And this is Podbless.
Hey!
Yo.
What is up?
Hey everybody out in Facebook land. My chair's too close. My thing won't turn.
My chair is too close.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boots.
In your boots?
How's it going? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I wasn't here the past 2 weeks.
Where'd you go?
Everywhere.
I've
been everywhere, man.
We thought you were dead.
Oh, I was for a short time. But that was
Nice.
just that one night.
Yeah. Way to make it back
Yeah, thanks.
against all odds.
Electric paddles, man. They're cool. That's what caused me to die, actually.
And ironically, also brought me back.
Yeah, I went on vacation to the beach. Went to North Myrtle Beach the first week, and the whole family went, in-laws, stuff like that. It was a good time. And the second week, we spent some time in Martin County down there in Turkey Creek,
Oh, yeah.
Enes,
The
Kentucky.
homelands.
That's right, the promised lands.
It was when you come back, is it like Simba returning to?
The
Pride
circle
Rock.
of life. Yeah, I bring people back, and they're like new people.
He
Yep,
made
yep.
it out.
You have to fight your uncle.
You have to
for-
fight the same disfigured uncle every time you go back.
Yeah, it's mostly cousins now. My uncles are all dying.
Well, that makes it easier to win the fight then.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Actually, my uncles haven't died. It's just my dad. I guess my cousins' uncles, because my uncles are all still kicking. Surprisingly, they're kicking pretty well.
Kicking.
So
You in the
you are uncled, but your cousins are uncle-less.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I got uncles.
Yeah.
I'm uncled up.
Uncled up.
When they come up, they're like, "Oh, there's the guy that's all unked up. Look at him,
Lucky.
walking high."
He think his unks don't stink.
Yeah.
They stink a lot. I'm an unk. I played with my nephews and nieces. While
Uncling is fun. You don't have to deal with all the difficult stuff. You
All the
just
drama.
you just give them candy and sweets and have
That's-
fun. And
That's what I used to say
Send 'em
about
back.
youth work.
If
Youth
I
work
become
was
an
all-
uncle, it's going to have to become from my significant other. My brother will not have kids. So,
Yeah.
he said never.
like, it's
He
not.
could
an
change his
option.
opinion.
Yeah,
people's-
possibly, but
When people say never,
you guys don't know my brother.
Josh, Kim is calling you out. She says you're depressing tonight, bro. Step it up, will you? Step the game up.
Kim who? Oh, Kim Ross.
Pastor Derek says he thinks he could whoop you.
He probably could.
I got my money on Pastor Derek. No offense.
I'm very pacifist, though. I will pass the fist right in your face.
Oh, all right.
Boom.
We need to have like one of those celebrity boxing matches.
Except
Just
not
do-
celebrity.
It's EKD Fight Club.
Yes, that exists, or does it?
What?
I don't know.
What? No, it doesn't
Wow,
happen.
somebody's getting kicked out of Fight
It
Club.
doesn't happen next week or anything.
There's
Average
never
People
been a fight club ever.
I think that's
What?
what it should be. Average People Fight Club.
Average.
Isn't that what like the King of the Ring thing is? Where like you can just show up and fight,
That's
and
the rough
if you
and rowdy.
win, you have to stay.
That's the rough and rowdy.
I mean, yeah, but like
we're-
you
we're
don't
gonna
like
thump
normal
with our
people
Bible,
just
and then
don't
we're
go
gonna
to it.
kick
You know how to fight
Yeah.
going into it. You've trained and done something. You're not just like, yeah, I think I could be the king of the ring today.
I guarantee you, someone
Well, yeah,
every time
people
they do
do.
that event rolls in and goes, "I can do this,"
And
goes
they're
in there
on
and
the
gets
floor
whooped.
within 2 minutes.
Yes.
Hey,
every time.
I've got a friend that won the Rough and Rowdy Brawl. Barstool Sports bought it, but it used to just be a thing where they're like, "All right, if you think you can win," and people just got in and boxed.
Like
each
no
other.
waivers, just like sign this paper.
They signed a paper and they got in and boxed, and whoever was the best boxer won. Yeah, and they just like some people got in there just like, like it still goes on though. Rough and Rowdy Barstool Sports bought it, and they travel around to all these hit counties, and
Well,
like
Don't they do now? They try to get celebrities on it.
no, well, I've not seen the celebrities on that, but they make the people that fight celebrities. They're like, I'm Rattlesnake Jake, and I tell you what, I'm calling out Elvis Joe. And they're like, huh? And he's like, Elvis Joe, last year he was talking about your trash. But I'll tell you what, I'm the king of white trash. And they're like, there's some great, like, follow
Like back and
Barstool.
forth. It's like wrestling, but real.
Yeah, but it's boxing. And they're just
Okay.
average people.
Wrestling's real.
But I
Kinda
have
on
a
that.
friend that won it back in the day, Mark Newsom. If you're watching, Mark, shout out
Mark,
to you, man.
he's a bad man.
He's a bad man, for real. But he won back in the day. He was like, yeah, I'll do it. He got in there and boxed people down and came out and said,
Wow.
yo.
I could
don't
probably handle him.
Yeah, nah, yeah. I want you to handle him. He's even broken his back in the coal mines, and he can still beat you to a pulp.
Brett and I were throwing down a challenge earlier.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think I can handle Brett.
That's a challenge every time we talk.
I don't understand you, my guy.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Just go with the thing, man.
What was the
Is it
term?
gonna
I
stop?
gotta
I'm gonna have
retalk
to
back.
like
What do you want me
Joey
to do?
up.
I can't just like agree with you all the time.
Hey, we could have our
Hey,
own Rough and Rowdy.
you know where to find me.
Podbless Rough and Rowdy.
Yeah,
Can we
through
get-
that wall.
Yeah.
Laying in a pummeled pile on the floor.
I just come back in the next day limping with a bucket of drywall paste and a couple sheets of it.
I gotta
Loser
fix what.
fixes the wall.
Yeah, I got some mudding the wall.
Technically, it was your body that flew through it every time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a Tom and Jerry scene. It's gonna be like, oh, Joey has hair again. It's really just his head has been rotated permanently.
My beard is on top. Okay. Yeah, probably whatever.
I gotta find this thing. I can't read the TV so far away. My old eyes.
Are you pulling up the magnifier?
No, I've just got to pull up the video.
Oh, it's Pastor Derek said he owns a punching bag. He's throwing out his bona fides. Bona
Basically a
fides.
pro now.
I remember
Yeah.
the first time I punched a heavy bag, not realizing it's like solid.
Yeah, you have to actually like hit it
Tape
the
up
right
your
way.
wrist and tape up your wrist every time.
And it's
if you're
still-
not.
My
an
knuckles
idiot.
hurt afterwards.
Well,
yeah.
I was a teenager, and
You should definitely tape up your wrist for heavy
I
bags.
do.
Always.
I was a teenager though, and a guy had one in the garage, and I was like, "Oh, cool, heavy bag." Yeah. Yeah. I was actually at Paul Crisp's garage.
I never
Been
understand
Josh's
that because they
garage.
make bags that aren't as heavy that you can punch and don't have to worry about.
because
it
they
as
move
bad.
a lot more.
Are they called?
But, yeah,
are they
but-
called light bags?
I mean,
No,
yeah,
that-
there's medium
It's
and
so
light
that it
bags.
doesn't move so much, right?
But like, the average Joe doesn't need to go get like the densest heavy bag like everybody.
Just get an 80-pound bag, it'll be fine.
There we go. Now I can see the
Punch
comments.
your tree.
Yeah, right. Minecraft. Josh, you want to kick us off tonight?
I thought I kind of did already.
You won the coin toss.
I should put the volume up.
I won't after the show.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
Thank you, Brett, for that intro.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. So I might save this other topic that I was talking about when I showed up about how much I hate kids. Not just mine. I mean,
Oh, the people's are here? That was my clarified question.
well, the thing to table was that like I love them unconditionally,
Oh, yep.
but I hate 'em.
Obviously. Like, let's everyone start there.
Yeah,
We love them.
yeah. You know, real talk.
But, no.
But no, real talk. I do love them. I love them unconditionally, and I'll
Yes.
protect them with everything in my body. But
Yes.
I can still hate them. But that's not going to be my topic tonight. That'll
Oh,
be for another
okay.
time.
Okay. Saving it, circling
Oh.
it, saving it.
Yeah, we'll circle back to how much I hate kids.
Okay.
But I've just not gotten a lot of sleep the past 2 weeks. So, and my little girl had a nightmare, and we had to spray Good Dream spray all over the house, which was Downy because it has pictures of clouds on the bottle. We're like, yeah, Downy, Good Dream spray. Anyway,
That's not what you guys use it for?
it's wrinkle releaser. I put it on my face every morning.
What's up, Floyd?
So, hey, Floyd, what's up, Bubby? So, anyway, I was going to talk about is it okay to lie? This was brought up in a conversation with our good friend Nick from Gaines Dental Lab for all your dental engineering needs. Hit him up in Lexington, Kentucky.
Dental engineering?
Yeah,
Advertisements.
dental engineering.
Like, what does he do?
He builds partials and dentures.
Brett.
And, yeah, I could get
Let
you.
off-
I'm going to talk to
Yeah.
you.
Off pod. We need a
Nick,
conversation.
He chipped a tooth on a sunflower seed, so technically you owe him one. No, he didn't. but-
Double, that's why he gave us the sunflower seeds. So when we
Right.
come down, he's trying to double dip.
Oh man,
get some
you
money
guys
out
need
of it.
some work.
They do good work,
Clean
though.
those
They are
things.
one of the largest dental labs in east of the Mississippi, I think was a term they used to use. But anyway. But yeah, me and him were talking about this topic.
I'd have made a jingle if I'd have known. I'm sorry.
I said we should make a new intro for the show. Didn't do that either. Sorry. Energy drinks flowing. So I was going to talk about, is it okay to lie? And it's a vague subject, but ultimately, yes, we shouldn't lie. We know, everybody out there. But is it okay to lie?
To who?
Well, I'm saying as a
No, I'm
Christian.
kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it okay to lie as a Christian? Is it okay, like, and I was going back to the kids thing about hating kids. Is it okay to lie to your kids?
Well, is the Good Dream spray real?
See? Is it okay to lie to your kids?
That was wonderful contribution.
Yeah. I didn't come up with the term. That's a whole other subject that's going to come up in this discussion. But no, is it okay as a Christian? Because, I mean, is it okay to overeat? We kind of do that.
I mean,
when it
Okay,
comes to
so
Christian-
no.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just to get that clear.
Wait.
But no,
Are you, okay, let's define lie.
Well,
Because that's the problem.
Hold
We
on,
need
I
to-
have the answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you don't think the person can handle the truth, you lie to them.
So wait.
You're
But
bend to the truth.
Step further, maybe even like kids.
Yeah.
They don't have their brains are developing. They don't have the mental capacity yet to understand, hey, you're just having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. Like, you can just calm down. Like, we're here, we got you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't get that. And so you do the dream spray or whatever, and that works, right?
White lie, you're saying.
Yeah. No, well, are you lying to and I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Is it a lie if the person that you're saying it to couldn't comprehend the truth, and so you're packaging the truth in a different format so that they can understand it?
That's a good way to look at it.
Or are they gonna like overreact? So like, let's say Seth told me in private that Joey's message on Sunday sucked, and he was gonna tell Joey, but he didn't.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, totally didn't happen, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so Joey was like, "Hey, I saw Seth in the hallway. He said, oh, it was good. Like, did he say anything to you?" And I don't think Joey can handle it. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, he said it was all right. Like, there was some part, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna."
And in that situation, it's not your business to get in the middle anyway. So that's tough for you to like. What do you say, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would. Yeah, that's a tough one because you don't want to get in the middle of something, but also you don't want to be because your answer. If you say like, "Well, maybe you should talk to him," like it's pretty clear what the answer is, right?
So,
Right.
So if I were you, I'd go to Seth and be like, "You need to go talk to him because he just came to me, and I hate being in that position." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
a good thing to bring up right now, though, could we introduce our guest?
I'm sorry.
We totally walked right over top of
Has she
you.
not been on the show before?
No.
She's never
Oh,
been
I thought she'd been
She
on the
doesn't
show
even. She didn't
before.
even follow the show.
Yeah, I just followed it.
Did you share it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, guys. This is Abby. I always say it wrong. Maytone?
Maytown.
Yes. Not
Got it
Matone.
Not
Not
Matone.
Matone. Abby Maytone.
Yeah, okay.
She's been going to church here with us since
2000.
you were in high school.
Yeah.
Really? You'd come down and visit from Chicago.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
come here.
and then became one of us. One of us. But stumbled in the studio tonight.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome.
We appreciate
Thank
you.
A
Happy to be
lady's
here.
influence on the
Yeah,
program,
helps keep us a little under reserve.
which sometimes we really need.
Barely.
Josh was gonna wear a tie if you would have known.
Yeah, if I known you were been here, I would have put on a bow tie.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was going to wear just a
Really
tie, and then he found
disappointed.
out she was going to be here, and so he put clothes on. He's like, "Oh wait, there's a lady. Okay, I'll put some clothes on." But yeah, so where do you define lie? So if the person you're talking to literally does not have the mental capacity to understand what you're saying, if you wrap the truth in a format that they can understand, are you lying, or are you just communicating to them effectively?
If you're tearing someone down, is that like, and like obviously sometimes someone has to hear like a hard truth every now and then, like situation based.
Yeah.
But like even if it's the truth, if you're tearing them down and putting them in a worse spot, is that really good conversation that
That's
you
a
should be
good- yeah.
having with that person?
My pappy always said, if you ain't got nothing good to say,
Yeah.
shut your mouth.
Count to 10 and think again.
Yeah, that's good. With the Brett situation, like that's more of a flaw. Like, not should Brett tell me the truth. It's more like Seth should have come and talked to me instead of
Yeah.
like if he has an issue. If you have an issue with somebody, talk to them. Don't go back and talk to somebody else. That just becomes gossip, right?
Yeah. Well, these are hypotheticals that we're throwing around, but this
Yeah.
is where it was coming through as far as the kid part goes. I got into a discussion with my wife that tonight on her way back from work, and I was joking around with you guys beforehand, but I'll say it like this: we got into the discussion about fictional characters, or if you think there's fictional characters, or if you still believe whatever Santa Claus. Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, all that different stuff, right? We got to a situation to where I opened up a package that came too early, didn't realize it was for a thing, and she's like, "Oh, do you think they'll know?" And I was like, "What do you mean, do you think they'll know?" And she was like, "Do you think they'll know? Like, they saw it. Do you think it'll ruin the Easter Bunny for them when, April?" I was like, "I think we're good. I don't, like, as long as we just keep it hidden, I think we won't have to worry about anything." I was like, plus, Easter Bunny has nothing to do with Jesus.
That's the issue
But
there, right?
that was the argument we almost kind of had, was just kind of like, well, no, I like him having that sense of whimsy and that sense of like believing in something, like, oh yeah, as a kid.
Like Jesus.
Well, that's not whimsy.
No,
That's
but like
fact.
believing in something. Like,
for our viewpoint, that's fact and that's reality. That's not,
no, I'm saying if you pair those two things, it becomes confusing,
yeah.
right?
Well,
so that's the argument against
Well,
doing
that was
that.
me making that.
Yeah. It's like
That was
you
me.
say one thing is real and legitimate, and then the other one you say is real, but then later you're like, oh, that one's not real, but this one is.
Well, see, like when I was in Bible college, I was talking about this earlier before the show. We got into these scriptures that was showing, like there was a scripture that says, "Do not do as the pagans do and put trees in your home and decorate them with silver and gold." during winter solstice, because originally it was winter solstice that they were celebrating and not Christmas, and so it was a pagan holiday. Somebody saying something.
Zach,
hey,
Zach,
Zach.
he said he was told that Santa wasn't real at 3, and he's fine.
At 3.
Do you agree
Yeah.
that he's fine?
Well, as long as Zach knows that he's fine.
Open to interpretation.
I
And
don't
I'm, and I'm fine, guys. I'm just fine.
I'm fine. I can only watch like puppies and kittens get murdered.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
Things like
I'm
that.
fine.
And, like,
I'm fine.
Nothing bothers me. I
Yeah.
saw a man die right in front of my face. Never bothered me at all.
I feel nothing.
It's so cold. But no, like, does that become a thing though, where just so the discussion we were having about whether or not it was okay to say that your sermon sucked, hypothetically, sorry. Does that become another thing as far as like overeating and things of that nature? Things that we try to like clarify, like, okay, what's going to make me feel good about being okay with doing this?
So the overeating thing, totally wrong. I had my opinion changed on that in like my early 20s.
Yeah.
I used to be pretty hard on people who were overweight and think that, well, just get skinnier, go
Yeah.
work out, go get better.
Like a good
Now,
Christian, yeah. judge
Some people, that is a possibility for them. They could go work out and do a diet differently and lose weight.
it. Yeah.
Other people, not so much. There's medical things that happen to them that make them. I had a coach in high school who was my size until he had some big thyroid problem and like almost died, and they put him on these meds that made him gain like 150 pounds almost immediate, and he kept it for the rest of his life, right? And so people are in different places, but I used to overeat while telling people who were overweight that they were wrong. But I was doing the same thing they were doing. I just got different results because I happen to have different genetics,
Well, it was
right?
This
So like I was just as wrong. Like the gluttony was there just as much. I just didn't show it. And so it,
Well, that was
Yeah.
the same discussion we got into over someone was having a Facebook discussion. Yeah, Brad said.
I'm sorry. He said Zach is not fine, and Zach said fine-ish, and he said I wasn't working the day that guy died.
He works in a federal prison, so that happens.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
Epstein.
What's that word mean? I keep using it. No, I'm just kidding.
Epstein?
I really don't know. But so that's what I'm saying, though. Like, we got into a discussion of someone was saying something about drinking. And, be like, it's not okay to drink. And then somebody else was like, what about this, eating? And then somebody else, So it gets into all those different discussions of things that we've kind of sugar-coated to make ourselves feel okay about. And the bigger part of it is that, what you just said, basically, of knowing ourselves not to judge others. Everybody's got sin in their life. And the Bible tells us also that no sin is greater than another sin, right? So looking at the speck in our brother's eye when there's a plank in our own, that's the big key to all that different stuff. Your own walk is your own judgment. Your own thought process is your own between you and God. Just because you say the Scripture says this and you shouldn't do that doesn't necessarily mean that that person in the part of their journey that they're on needs to be judged by you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm putting it together.
You're a
I'm not
preacher.
all the way there with you.
Well, you're a preacher, and you're the one up there supposed to be sharing the word. But that was also a rule made back when only preachers could share the word because other people couldn't read the word. Now we can all read the word.
Yeah.
So we're all basically our own preachers.
But we're not all our own gods.
I didn't say that.
You said
so you're comparing yourself to God.
no,
huh?
no. I think you had said that all of just because it says something in Scripture doesn't mean that's the same for you and for me and for everyone else. We can all judge it independently, and I don't subscribe to that.
Well,
no,
you
I
can't-
think.
But I might have misheard that.
Like others, you can't judge others, and others can't judge you because you aren't in the same path.
And
but
I would-
God can because obviously He knows
Only
your
God
path.
can judge me. Yeah, I would slightly push back on that.
Yeah. You
Just
did.
slightly though, because I think we take that too far. So like God is the ultimate judge in the end. It's not my job to put anybody in heaven or hell, right? In fact, you'll hear me joke around like, oh, if that person didn't make it to heaven, then none of us have a chance. But like you'll never hear me say, oh yeah, that guy's definitely in hell. Like I'm not going to do that because I'm not the judge. But we can look at people's actions, and the Bible says all the time we can know who the true disciples are, who really is serving Christ by how we love one another, right? How we serve one another. And so I don't know if the judgment might be the wrong word there, but we can look at each other's actions and see if we're living a good lifestyle or not.
Well, see, there has
that
to
make
be
sense?
that relation. Just like we were talking about the hypothetical, your sermon sucked. So
Yeah, Brad's with me. He said, Brad says, so what, is there no accountability or help in growth?
Well, here's the split. This is where we're differing on the situation, I guess. But like, because when you were saying hypothetically, if Seth told Brett, "Hey, Joey's sermon really sucked, huh?" On this date at this time.
Yeah.
No, but if he was doing that, what he's doing was wrong.
Yes.
And even if he brought it to you, that was wrong.
And
in
if
a
Brett
sense.
came and told me that, I could concur from his action that he was wrong. Some people would call that judging him, but that's just knowing what's right and wrong, right?
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting towards, I think, with that situation is in how you're handling that stuff. We can't just go, because a lot of times as Christians, we'll go up and just judge people without knowing them truly and deeply. Because now with social media and stuff like that, we feel, how many people, this is out to the podcast world, you guys listening or you guys commenting in right now,
Yeah.
how many of you guys, we got into a discussion with Clay Parks, big shout out to a big fan of ours. Clay Parks lives up in northern Ohio, listens to every episode. He actually went back and is listening from episode 1 all the way back through. He's on like 63.
Nice.
So anyway, he won't hear this for a couple weeks, but
When you do,
He's getting
it'll be a
involved.
shout out.
But anyway, Clay
Yeah.
was talking about that same thing, and I said, "Hey, how much do you feel like you know me?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "I feel like I know you really well." I was like, "Clay, we have never met in person." And so, in the same aspect as social media,
Yeah.
how much do we feel like we know people and judge them more because we see what they post all the time, which is just a snippet of people's lives? And as Christians, we've not figured out how to balance that out. And so I'm spitballing everywhere. I'm sorry.
No, this is good. I enjoy this. So the issue, and I'm with you for most of that. The issue becomes, there are some things that I know are right and I know are wrong biblically, and I don't have to know someone to know that if that action is right or wrong. Knowing them can help me understand why they do what they're doing and help me to reach them better. So in that way, I wouldn't. But just because someone's doing something wrong doesn't mean I have. If I call something wrong, it doesn't mean I'm writing that person off
Yeah.
or saying that they're not worth anything. In fact, usually if I notice that, I want to be more proactive about helping that person and
Yeah.
helping to get to know them and help them to see where they are and hopefully aspire to be more like Christ in whatever they're struggling with. Does that make sense?
Well,
But that comes off as judgment sometimes to people, but I'm not. You can say something's right or wrong and not be passing an internal judgment on somebody.
is the key to say something to them, or is the key to get to know them well enough that you can live that out? Because that's the big
Yeah.
differing. See, and I've talked about this on the podcast before. I grew up in a very harsh place of like, you have to wear pants down to your ankles, you
Yeah.
have to wear long sleeve shirts, you shouldn't get tattoos, you don't get piercings, you don't do this, you don't do that. I grew up in that concept of life. Or even in Bible college, it was very hardcore of
Yeah.
like, well, I discussed it before the show. If you're taking God serious, people aren't going to like you for it, and you're going to take away all this whimsy and this fun stuff that's in life. So is it?
I have a lot of fun.
Is it? Hey, brother. So is it a goal to bring someone into your life to make that friendship in order to let them know, not to say, "Hey, you're wrong when you did this," but to let your example or your light shine, if you would. To let your light shine, to be able to be an influence in their life, because we've went from, it used to be Bible thumping.
Yeah,
It
which
used
is
to be-
not. Yeah.
Well, and that's the line.
I know.
What
Yeah.
is the right spot?
Mhm.
Is it, should we tell people, yeah, we're supposed to be an example, but that's that whole friendship thing.
Yeah.
Should we have a friendship, try to live the right life so that
Yeah.
they can see that,
Yeah.
or be like, hey, you shouldn't do that, and then be like, take the chance of whether or not they're going to take
Yeah.
that well or not take that
And
well.
and
at
that's
all.
totally situational, and also sometimes you can do both,
Yeah.
right? But a couple comments to catch up on. Zach, you're absolutely right. Like he said what I was saying. Nobody can pass. Nobody was saying anyone. No, I don't think anybody here was saying a human can pass eternal judgment, right? And then Brad said, relationship and vulnerability earns the right to sharpen one another. So yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And that's that. Yeah, I think that's where we were both getting to
Mhm.
was.
There are
but-
people in my life that know I disagree with some things that they do privately,
Yeah.
but I'm still really good friends with them, and I try to show them Christ every time I'm around them, and they know how I feel. I'll tell them if they ask me, and I've told them before, like, hey, this is killing you. Like, you should probably stop doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to spend time around them to show them that I care about them more than I care about the thing that they happen to be doing.
But should we be at a certain place in our life before we can help people like that? Like, I get you're paid to be a minister and stuff like that, and your walk's been a lot better because that's your focus. That's your job.
I wouldn't say better.
Well,
That's a weird word to use.
Yeah,
there.
it is a bad word, I guess.
Yeah.
But your focus is more. Your job is to be a good minister. Your job is to be a good Christian.
Could I argue that it's all of our jobs? to
It
do
is
that?
all of our jobs, but you're paid to do it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
anyway,
But when
and
I'm
this isn't me singling you.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm just using.
and
you
most
as
of
an
the time I'm around that person I was thinking of, I'm not working. In fact, they
Right.
don't come to church.
example. Right.
They don't come to small group. I see them in my free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was a whole branch off of what I started off with, and so I guess that's what I'm getting back to.
Yeah.
But is it that little bit of lying to kids or whatever, the basis of what I started with, that little thing seems innocent, the white lie, and so that it helps them understand things better.
Yes, until you start doing that to soften
Everything.
So I know someone is living in a sinful lifestyle
Yeah.
because it's biblical that it's a sinful lifestyle, right?
Mm.
And I am afraid to tell them because I don't want to lose that relationship. So I soften it, even if they bring it up. I'm not saying I do that, but this is hypothetical, right?
Mm.
And I say, oh, it's not, and I just wait and wait and wait, and then who knows what happens, and then they could be eternally lost because I never had the guts to tell them the actual truth.
Yeah.
And I just kind of skirted around it the whole time.
I think that's the discussion that you and I, when it comes to this, throughout the past 2 years of the podcast, is what we've come down to is, should we be that old school church? It's like turn or burn. Here's the Bible. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Or, were you done?
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You've not got to talk. Go ahead.
You all could shut up and we could, no. I'm kidding.
Or you tell this person that they're living a sinful lifestyle, then they already know it.
Yeah.
So you're beating that drum. You push them away, and then
Yeah.
you can't show God to them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a balance, right?
So you can't be God to them. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with God.
Yeah.
The only person they're getting God from is you,
Yeah.
and now you've pushed them away, so
Yep.
you can't be God to them.
You don't want to be so right that you're wrong.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it's all situational too. Like you're not going to tell a little kid something like that's a hard truth. Like you have to soften it for them
I
so
don't
they can
know.
understand. It's like some adults can't handle that hard truth right away either.
No, you're
like
right.
what Brett's
Yeah.
saying sometimes you have to
Well, like
soften it
Yeah.
in order for them to understand.
I've been doing, I've not been doing. Go ahead.
I like Zach. Have I met Zach before?
Yeah,
need
he
to-
was on our show.
I wasn't here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't.
So
watch that episode.
I'd like to meet him. I like
Yeah.
him, but he's right. God brings that moment on, and so it's a hybrid of you live out what you know is right, and hopefully people see that, but you don't have to beat people over the head with it,
Yeah.
and you don't have to just consistently what'd you say, Bible thump people
Yeah.
with it, but at the same time you're waiting for a moment like Abby was saying where maybe they decide, hey, I want to talk about this right now. Like I want to I know we just mess around a lot of time, but I want to have a real talk right now. And it's those times that God brings on. And
Zach again.
oh, I need to meet this guy.
Yeah. So, but
The Crusade's always good callbacks.
But like what she was saying though with kids and stuff like that was a big thing I had here in the past couple of years of like teaching children's church. And when it would come up to a message of like, you had a book and you'd be like, okay, teach this scripture today. And it came to a part of teaching about, Jesus dying and being sacrificed and his blood. And
David and
da-da-da.
Goliath always leaves out the beheading.
Well, like, and when I'm teaching kids that stuff, I'm just like, where do I, back then, I'm like, I don't feel right about this anymore. The old Josh was like, listen, the walls of Jericho came tumbling down and people died. They went in and killed them all.
They killed everybody.
And I was just hardcore about it. David, I was like, yeah, he cut his head off and held it up and said, raw, like,
Bring me that woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I've grown older and stuff like that, like teaching little kids that, is like they don't even understand the concept of sacrifice in the term of
Yeah.
forgiven of sins. Like the priest would sacrifice animals, the firstborn lamb, all that stuff, the best fruits. or
But they
whatever.
can understand like sharing, giving up of something they care about
Yeah.
to someone else.
So is that the
So
same
you can-
thing as like saying, Santa Claus and all that stuff? Is it like, well, I'm not going to tell them that like Jesus died because that's a little intense and they can't handle death and we're pretty soft nowadays. And so, well, Jesus is our savior. Like, how did he save us? Well, he was brutally murdered. But the big part is that he rose from the dead and stuff. That's the big key, is letting them know that God had the power to raise him from the dead and he didn't stay dead. And anyway, that just gets into a whole big mucky thing of,
I think we're like 95% on the same page.
No, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to that concept of like, where is that balance?
Yeah.
You know, we
there's
keep
a
saying
balance
There
of
is
it.
a balance, but where's the middle? Where is that balance?
Well, is it
'Cause
okay if it changes?
It did change.
So
That's what I'm saying.
is it a well,
I was used to it being one way, and I can't hardly get used to the new way.
I'm saying if it changes like per person. So like some people are way more ready, way more mature spiritually earlier on, and some people take a while to figure it out.
Missy said, kids need to hear the truth. They can handle it.
Preach.
Laying
Yeah.
it down.
I lean toward that. I try not to get super gory, but I lean toward I'm going to tell kids the truth, and God's going to work through that.
Well, that's what Brad said before he left too. Missy's husband, they chose to be honest with their kids about Santa Claus and all that different stuff, and that's ultimately, I feel like it, like they did. They discussed it beforehand and said, hey, this is what we're going to do with our kids. Where I guess I kind of dropped the ball there, and I'm just kind of like, oh, it came up. Like, oh, I'm going to discuss it now. It came up.
Yeah.
My kid's 5. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it now. Like, I should have talked about it sooner.
Yeah.
But I am a big procrastinator, so that's my fault.
Did we just have a 30-minute conversation about Santa Claus in July?
Dude, every time I talk, we have a 30-minute discussion.
I feel like we boxed people. I feel like we dominated that. Does anybody have any thoughts about that?
You said my topic was going to be silly.
Right? Well, you changed it.
Kind of.
Do you guys have any thoughts about what we were just talking about? I don't want to box you out. You're the youth of the room.
Oh, yeah. Youth of the nation.
That's us.
They are.
So it's like you guys just ruined Santa Claus for me.
He's like crying over it.
He's holding back tears like,
Can I just have a moment?
hate you guys.
I told you guys I was more angry when I found out that Santa wasn't real. I didn't care that he wasn't real. It bothered me that my parents lied to me. Yeah. I immediately asked them after. I was like, okay, so what about like Jesus? Seriously, like immediately. And they were like, oh no, that's legit. And I struggled with that as a kid. I can remember being like everything was messed up because I'm like, wait, if they would lie to me about this, what else would they lie to me about?
I just figured a lot of things out. I always try to figure out, like, I want to go to psychologists and stuff and like talk about whatever might be my problem. I could never pin it down. And I think I just figured out my problem by talking about this. It's my trauma. It's my trauma of being hardcore in the church that I'm afraid to go back to being so close because I'm afraid I'm going to be that traumatization for others.
But you don't have to be.
Well, I don't have to be, but I'm worried when I get blown out for God again that's going to be the problem.
Because when you're all out for him, you should be the best version of yourself. It's like you say, like, you guys won't like me, but like, I don't.
I would quit the show.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think God intended you to be that way. Like He's made you special the way you are.
Well, that's my fear. I think
God made you special.
That's my unreasonable fear, though. It's like, So that's why I always have such an issue with the balance. Like, where is the balance? I can't find it. I've not found it. So.
Oh, leave Erickson. Okay, he had a little type. Yeah.
Zach saying stuff.
All right. Good topic, Josh.
Was it? It was kind of everywhere. I apologize.
I enjoyed it. Okay. Should we move on? Or should we hang out here for a little bit? Do you want to?
As long as we have a funny topic.
Can I send you? Hey, I'll send you my bill, by the way, for the session.
Wait. Sit down. Listen up to what Joe.
We made really good headway today.
We talked a lot.
Same time next week. Yeah. I would like to talk less during this one, even though it's my own topic.
Every listener would like you to talk less.
Yeah. Brett's like, thank God.
Every episode, I tell you.
So, yeah, not lighter, a little heavier. I don't know if you guys keep up with the news at all. You guys know who R. Kelly is?
Who?
Yeah.
I heard he was trapped in a closet or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was the little person.
R. Kelly.
He has a song about the little person that was.
Yeah, I know. Remember, how many music videos did he come out with for that whole
I think
thing?
it was 16 or 20.
It was a
Yeah,
lot. And then Weird Al did a parody of all of them. Stuck in the drive-thru, right?
I don't know if he did all of them, but he did a long one.
Stuck in the drive-thru was better.
It was pretty good.
Sorry.
But you lock the door.
Yeah. But R. Kelly just got sentenced in his first case to a 30-year sentence for, I know it involved abuse of minors, right? So whatever that, I didn't look at the extreme details of the case because it was a little
messy.
messy.
I can look up a list real quick, yeah.
What?
We could look it up and tell you.
I know a little bit about it.
I know a little bit. I just don't know how much I want to say.
Oh.
But whoops, okay, right? Go ahead. I trust you.
Yeah, he was like taking 16, 17-year-old girls.
14, as young as 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know, and like making them his wives and like wouldn't let them go, wouldn't let them talk to their family.
Yeah.
Like
groomed them.
He groomed them and then abused them. And he did this since 1991. He's been doing it since 91.
Yeah, it's gross.
And people knew about it. People were taking their kids to him. He was tried in like 2008, I think it was, for child pornography because he videotaped some of it. And the judge like just tailor-made the case to work in his way, and he got acquitted.
The judge took the bribe, you mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he got acquitted. And like when he left there, just doubled down because why? If you think you can get away with anything, of course he's going to, you know what I mean? Like it's terrible. Finally got nailed And there's another case still out. Like he still has to, so he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life most likely. But that's not. I don't want to talk about the case and all that stuff. We know that was terrible. But I used to listen to a lot of his music
I
growing
just
up.
over here biting my tongue, not trying to make perverted jokes.
Thank
Like
you.
that
I
whole-
appreciate that.
That whole conversation
I know.
you said, I'm just like,
I was I'm so proud of you right now.
I just want to be so.
Well, and the thing is, he was so outward about it in his music. I didn't realize it when I was a kid because I listened to him. I'd be like, you go back and listen to it now. Some of the lyrics are like, he's talking about the stuff he was doing with some of these minors, like extreme minors, like 14, 15-year-olds, right? Which is just not ever okay. And the question is, when do you separate art from artist? And so
It's case by case.
if an R. Kelly song comes on the radio now, it's hard. I don't really listen to it because all I can think about is like, that. And like I was messing around earlier, but like seriously, if it comes on the radio on my shuffle, I pass it up. And like in high school, it used to be fun, but like
I think somebody had a playlist at the beginning of the show.
I was messing with you. Then.
You knew all the words though.
Oh no,
You're
the music of my middle school years, right?
That's
like
how you
that.
moonwalk past the room.
Yeah,
What are
right.
you doing?
Well, and Moonwalk takes. There's other artists that are problematic. Like Michael Jackson was problematic,
Chris
and
Brown.
Chris Brown. There's a lot of it actually
Nick
that's
Cannon.
problematic. You were just talking about that show.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
Really?
Nick Cannon.
I
Yeah.
don't even know about that.
What's the show you were just talking about?
Yeah.
What?
You were talking about a TV show. It had the guy from that '70s show in it, and then he got in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
The Ranch.
Thank you, The Ranch. Yeah.
That
Um,
70s show, yeah.
Brad, first of all, R. Kelly's music is not art. Proceed with the conversation.
Not wrong.
That show I heard was really good. I haven't seen it. But then that guy got in trouble. I think it was with a minor, wasn't it?
He had been in trouble for a while, but it never got like taken.
Yeah.
Or it never went through in the courts because
Yeah.
he
It
was
was-
a member of
I would
Scientology.
say I think it was multiple times, and then like more stuff came.
Yeah. And so,
Scientology kept paying it away.
yeah, right. And the show comes on, like, do you watch it? Or like when the music comes on, do you listen to it? And then I'm not saying you're wrong if you do, by the way. I'm not saying that. I think this is a really personal thing. And
Well,
I want to know what you guys think
I
about
will
it.
say the ranch did suck after they fired him from the show.
I think I'll get pretty deep pretty quick here. on
Oh.
this one. I'm just gonna say I think if that's the case, we wouldn't be able to watch anything that we watch ever because of Hollywood,
Mhm.
Disney, anything, any
Yep.
of those productions, anything going on behind the scenes. There's bad stuff happening in all
Mhm.
of it, and has for years. I mean, so I'd say-
I never watched Ghost Dad anymore. It was a Bill Cosby movie back from the 80s.
That was the one I forgot. Bill Cosby. Like
was-
you go back and watch any of those episodes, and you're like, he was doing that while shooting that show.
You never watched Ghost Dad, right?
No,
It was awesome. It was such a funny movie.
I saw the Bill Cosby show a lot.
It was a Bill Cosby movie where he died and came back and was trying to help his family. It was Ghost Dad.
I've not seen that. Yeah.
Well, don't watch it because time's up. You can't do that. You can't watch it anymore.
And I'm not saying that part either. Like I'm like, how do you?
then does
when
it go
you-
into can we watch sports? Because half of the,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
not to be this, but
Mhm.
half of those guys have some type
Not
of
half, but there's
no,
a
you know what I
large
mean.
percentage.
I don't
yeah.
mean actually
yeah.
half,
yeah.
but like a lot of athletes and stuff. I mean,
The Cleveland Browns just gave. I'm blanking. Help me. Deshaun Watson, wasn't it the largest contract ever?
Most guaranteed.
Most guaranteed money ever, and they built the contract in a way that they knew he was going to get suspended for the first year, and so he gets paid like nothing the first year. So they even protected him,
$1.4 million he's
Yeah.
getting paid for year one.
which is nothing for an NFL quarterback. They protected him from his own incoming suspension for, I think I have to say allegedly here, sexually assaulting like 26 women. He would get different massage artists and do. Go ahead and read it. I won't read it out now,
like
but there
26,
are
I'm
articles
sorry.
about this where he
Holy
would do
smokes.
some really, really terrible things to people. If that was your sister, your aunt, your cousin, or your wife, you'd want to go fight him over it. But he would just do terrible things to these people just trying to do their job. And all he does is get traded and get paid more guaranteed money than ever. And you're right. Like I've heard of Browns fans though who have been like, I'm not going to watch that guy. I'm not going to watch Browns until he's
I
gone.
mean, the Washington Commanders,
Yep.
like, how do you, like, if you know anything about their front office and everything, and half
Yep.
of those people are still there.
Yeah.
So, like they've
Everybody has a line. I'm just asking, where.
they've brought in, like, girls and, like, made, like, players, like,
Yeah.
do stuff with
So
them.
are
like,
you saying
stuff
you
like
have no
that.
line?
What do you mean? Like, I'm saying, like,
So is there nothing that would prevent you from listening to an artist or watching a
I'm
show
saying,
or a game?
honestly, I'll be honest. I think if you do, like, Like, obviously, it's a little tough. Like sometimes
Right.
it's a little easier to do with like an R. Kelly. That's an easy to do, but
much
it's
easier than
slightly
sports.
hypocritical to not do it with other
Yeah,
things.
you never liked him before anyway.
I didn't like R. Kelly. It's
That's
not going to be
easy.
hard for me to
Yeah,
not listen
yeah,
to R.
yeah.
Kelly. But like I watch football, and like if they're like,
Yeah.
And-
say if the Raiders were playing the Commanders, I'm not gonna not watch it because even the Raiders, they've had coach stuff happen recently and stuff. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
And like
So,
for
I mean,
me, I
don't
hate
know.
sports, so it wouldn't matter to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
ban that stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll be a better person for not watching it because I didn't watch it before. But yeah,
I guess
and R. Kelly, I didn't like R. Kelly either.
the question is, do we share any responsibility?
Well, to hit back to home,
Yep.
Brett even brought it up before too. The Hillsong thing that we talked about in
Yeah.
episode prior.
Yep.
That's the same concept. Like they got busted for doing a bunch of nefarious things.
Good word.
Like, and this actually hits home for the church.
Right.
Yeah. Like they done a lot of horrible things, and we were joking around about it earlier. And Brett was even bringing up things that we forgot, like of sexual misconduct and
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
their
grooming.
founder was I guess convicted or accused. I can't remember which one.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
documentary.
of child molestation of a young boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which I'm sure they swept under the rug to try to protect. I don't know that. I don't know that information,
well,
but that's what
his
happens.
son did.
Yeah.
And then now his son, but they're the largest
Christian song.
worship music producer in the world.
It's a really difficult question.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I'm like I said, I'm not going to look at somebody and say, hey, if you listen to, Michael Jackson or R. Kelly, that you're a terrible person because look at what they did. But I'm just asking the question.
Well, and it's the same thing. It goes back to balance. I think we
Mm-hmm.
should call the show Pod Balance podcast. But I mean, we're in that weird place of like, yeah, how do you balance that out? Who's to say what is the end all to end all? Like,
Yeah, if
do
if you've experienced abuse as a child,
yeah.
it's probably going to be much more difficult for you to listen to someone who you know is an abuser, right?
Well, like in the way I grew up, I wasn't allowed to watch Smurfs. I wasn't allowed to
What?
watch. We've talked about this before.
I don't
couldn't
remember the
watch
Smurf one.
Magic.
I couldn't watch He-Man. Yeah, there's all magic in them. He-Man, Smurfs, Harry Potter.
So you're not allowed to watch magic?
I love you, Brad.
I wasn't as a kid.
Brad said, if only we had a part of God that lived inside of us guiding us to through what we did.
Yeah.
He's right. There are times where you know this is wrong or this isn't wrong. And maybe we just need to be more in tune with that
But
and trust there.
What I think is listening to a song or whatever on the radio, let's say, or Spotify, you're already paying for that, so you've already
paid that person.
You already paid that person
without listening to their song.
whether you skip their song or not.
The way streaming.
Yeah, the way like Apple Music works is you
Right.
just pay a flat fee. I'm sure it gets cut up amongst
Right.
everybody that's on there. And so, yeah.
But if you're going out there and like purchasing, I don't know,
a CD
like
or
T-shirts,
a 8-track.
merch. You're not going to buy merch.
right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
What if it's an ironically funny merch?
I'm not sure the conduct he was displaying should be made fun of.
We laugh about it.
Sometimes you have to laugh or you might cry.
But I don't think as long as you're not like actively supporting, like I don't think there's any church that are like, we're gonna play Elevation Worship because we are supporting the church. It's
We got their back.
Zach just made the best point ever. Who even listens to the radio?
True.
All right, let's play a game, eh?
He was in the middle of
I'm
his
just
thought.
teasing, I don't care.
Were you really?
No, I was done.
Okay, cool. Hey, Abby, what's up?
Now for sure.
What's that?
Or, yeah. We're going to play a game. We haven't played this one in a while. It's called Hail to the Who. Josh, explain Hail to the Who, please.
Okay. No, it's been a minute. But yeah, in Hail to the Who, we have pieced together a fun little activity we like to do on the show where we have a new guest on. Brett and I actually started off this game, and we try to name off as many presidents as possible. Doesn't have to be in order. You can say the same one twice, but it's not counted for you. But yeah, you have so many seconds to try to do it. I, myself, as your time master, that's a new name I came up with. But I will start counting down.
Time Lord.
If you've paused for too long, I'll start 10, 9, 8. So you have that amount of time to kick it back up. If I feel like you're stalling too long, I'll start counting down. But I'll say it out loud so you know that I'm counting down. But yeah, you just try to rock through. Joey has a list of all the presidents.
I'll be checking off. No penalty for wrong answers.
Yeah, you can
So-
say as many wrong answers as you want.
And if you repeat, I'll tell you.
If they're really wrong, we'll laugh.
Although we'll laugh big time. There's
we'll-
one main one that people say that is not on the list, but
We'll
Alexander.
get there.
I'm not telling you. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, when we started off, he would count you
What?
down,
Yeah, me. Yeah.
This is going to be
No.
electric.
and we'll try to keep track of it, and we'll try
How
to
long do I get?
as long as you keep moving, as long as
Okay.
you don't stall, and like
Seth-
so they're going,
Seth is
but
high as a kite right now.
what? Don't do that, and I'll start.
Sorry,
counting
we're
down.
giving clues. You're not actually high. I take it
What'd
back.
you
Oh, high as a kite, Jefferson. He's trying to say that
Oh,
people say that, but he never was a president.
oh, he wasn't.
No,
No, no,
I'm
stop-
probably gonna
no,
know it.
no, don't listen to
Don't
anything.
listen
Don't
to
listen to anything Josh
Who's
just
the
said.
light bulb guy?
Edison?
Benjamin Franklin. That's
Edison?
him.
Oh, that wasn't the light bulb.
Yeah, no,
Wow, I
that's.
thought he was
that's not
joking
the-
and just saying names and like mixing things on purpose. It
Brett
was
and
so
I-
bad. I thought you were mixing things up
They
on
got
purpose.
That's
12
not-
together,
Yeah.
right?
Wow, you just named like
so.
6 different people from 6
guess
different
what?
eras and mixed up all their inventions and ideas.
And guess what?
Well, Seth is
events.
snobbing right now.
She's still no closer to knowing any presidents.
It's
because-
truth. Okay,
Anyway,
She
so
either knows them or doesn't by now.
art
I don't
thou
know.
prepared?
Joey will count you in, and then I'll keep track of your time. Otherwise, if you're stalling, so just try to name them off as much as you can.
Are you ready?
I think so. We're
Continue.
fine. Okay, so George Washington,
Let's start actually.
George Bush,
Going for
Donald
the
Trump,
Georges.
Jorge's.
Joe Biden, Theodore Roosevelt, John Adams. Come on, Joey, keep up.
I'm going.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna get not Ben Franklin,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
Thomas Edison.
Herbert
Not Thomas
Hancock.
Edison. Yeah.
I wish I was writing these down.
He is.
I know.
Think from the beginning.
You should go current.
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, hey. Not
There
current,
you go.
but okay.
Current.
Like
I
work
said Theodore
backward.
Hey,
Roosevelt.
Chris Jackson's back.
Hey, Chris.
Did you say Roosevelt?
Sorry, Chris Jackson.
Nikola Tesla.
Obama.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obama.
Oh, I thought you were
Obama.
gonna miss that one. He's, he's
like,
from
yeah.
your hometown too,
Hey.
She's not from Hawaii.
Keep going.
Chicago.
Everybody relax.
He's not from China.
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, no, sorry. He missed his shot.
Yeah. Oh.
Actually, he didn't miss, and that was the problem.
Yikes.
Turns out if you kill a guy, it doesn't look good on your record.
Hey, Banks though.
Hey. Yeah. Go ahead.
Think of some more current ones that had giant scandals with Epstein.
And maybe some fathers.
Yeah.
There's some money.
Wait,
one you
sons. Wait,
missed,
which one did... She didn't specify. So I only... Never mind. Continue.
10.
Wait,
Continue.
what?
Go. Presidents.
9.
I think I already said like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You did, yes.
And you said Joe Biden.
Headshots.
No, she said Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I said Abraham
Oh,
Lincoln.
there's
There was
another.
another one.
More than that.
Another one? Oh,
There's a
JFK.
I'll
accept it.
You're
Uh,
blowing my
you'll
mind right now.
accept
Joey's giving that hint to everybody else.
Yeah, that is low.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, that.
And
man,
You
I
still
know
missed
more too.
You need to get at least one more.
it's
You
intimidating.
missed a money one too.
Think of money, yeah. Or even recent. There's still some since you've been alive that I don't think. When were you born? What year were you born?
2000.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
But one of them is still alive.
Yeah.
No.
That-
She
2000.
named all of them.
Oh, nope. She named that one, not the other one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Scribble it out.
Nixon.
Yes.
Hey.
Good job.
I'm
He
not a
wasn't a
crook.
crook.
Oh man,
I'm not a
arguably the best.
But he was.
the best one. She's not getting.
That's
I know.
fine.
I keep saying it. Or not saying it,
Willie.
but Willie.
I know there's more. Willie.
Yeah.
No.
That's a nickname for
Oh.
the other name.
You're at 10.
9.
No, I was just saying.
8.
I got 10 though?
7.
Keep going.
6. 5.
I don't know.
Oh.
Give me
Think
some more
of
of your hints.
Think of scandals.
2.
1.
Wow.
Bang, bang, bang. There you go.
You got 10.
Oh, that's all right. I think that's
I know there's
Isn't
more
that what-
too. As soon as you're
Yeah,
gonna start
there's
naming them
quite a
off,
few
I'm
more
like,
President, come on.
like Bill Clinton.
Brad was giving you the hint. He yelled
Ronald
Monica.
Reagan.
who?
Ronald
Reagan, the other George Bush Senior.
Yeah, there's 2
That's
George
our dads.
Bushes.
I was like,
Oh
think of
well,
dads.
you know,
Jimmy
I meant both.
Carter, Dwight
She
Eisenhower,
was born in
Roosevelt,
2000. We can't expect a
Ford,
ton.
Cleveland.
Thomas
Garfield.
Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson.
I didn't know your president was
We
this,
only
but
know
whatever.
this.
You didn't say
Play this game on
Grant?
here.
Yeah.
Grant's on the $50 bill.
We've been playing this show for like a year.
This one goes back. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
an
been a
oldie.
while.
That's an oldie right there. But
James
you did
Polk,
you did
John
fine. It was
Tyler.
I don't
perfect.
even. I don't
What
know
about the
that
one from Cincinnati?
Who?
Taft.
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 Oh, well, I'm not from Cincinnati, so.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Chirac.
Wow. Okay. Whatever.
I'm
All right.
not either.
Yeah. Well, no, I am actually. So never mind.
William Henry Harrison.
All right.
Well,
Didn't know that was a guy. So.
Harrison.
Bradley, you ready?
Alexander
skip mine.
Hamilton.
Go to the
You wanna
Podbless.
skip yours?
Yeah, we can. We'll talk about it next week.
All right.
Yeah, I
let's
went a
see.
little long on
Since
mine.
Josh is a pretty gabby.
I'm a big
I-
windbag over here.
All right, we're saving it. We're going on to Podbless. It means I need to go to a different bank of sounds.
Oh man.
Sorry, I was ready for something else.
Hey, but I think Jenna.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I think Jenna was the last
I didn't
one
see
to
the
get
Monica.
10, right?
She got 12.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Me and
Abby.
Brett got 14.
You did set the
combined.
low, which is, hey, if you're going to do something, be entertaining, you know?
So, but per capita, you technically beat us. Just
Per
because-
capita, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so.
Together, we got 14. We were horrible. It was the first time we ever played the game, but
Yes, it was bad.
it was pretty.
Let's bless somebody.
Podbless your heart.
Your cousin set the record, right?
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
What's the
like
record?
37,
Holy.
36
How many are there
or
total?
36, 46.
something. That alone, right there. That was the good part.
46.
46. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
Or
bless
wait,
somebody.
Does Joe count?
sick.
Sorry.
No, he can't.
Oh,
Videos lately, dude. It's bad. Anyway,
the bike was bad. I felt so bad
it's
for
getting
him.
a little cold in here.
Oh, I felt so bad.
I wish it was.
Okay,
cold.
Working.
let's bless somebody, eh?
No, because we're going to talk about chili.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Worker disappears after he was accidentally paid more than 300 times his salary.
That's a bunch, by
That's
the
a lot.
way. In mathematical terms,
300
that's a bunch.
times.
What
So
would you do with all that celery?
you resign and you run away from your
Leave.
job.
Yeah.
So a worker in Chile
Chili.
submitted his resignation and could not be found after his job accidentally paid him about 330 times his salary because of a payroll error, according to a report. You guys play Monopoly? Bank error in your favor?
I have.
Yeah, this was a big one.
I started,
Okay.
started punching kids too much.
Yeah, right. You ever flip a Monopoly board? Feels great. You don't even regret it afterward.
You were
You-
smacking it across somebody's face.
zero
But
regret. You're like, I'm
Game
glad I did
had
that.
Just started anyway. So.
Yeah. Let's see. The worker, dispatch assistant at a cold meats manufacturer named, here we go, Consorcio Industrial de Alimentos. Sure.
I like
That's
how you
it.
Yeah.
put the pronunciation in there.
Recently received a paycheck of, let me get this number right, 165,398,851 Chilean pesos.
Chilean.
Chilean pesos.
Which
huh, that's what
Turns into roughly $180,418 for the month of May. For 1 month, he got paid almost 181,000 American dollars.
So a normal paycheck for Americans.
Is that you are married to a doctor? Is that a normal monthly paycheck? That would be
Monthly.
that would be amazing.
No, I'll say no.
Monthly?
The fact that you
No
had to think
way.
about that is wonderful.
Well, like the decimal, you can't. No,
Yeah, yeah.
We'll say no. We'll say no.
Well, here's the problem though. He's not supposed to make 165,398,851 pesos.
He's not.
No, he's only supposed to make 500,000 pesos, which translates to about $545 a month. So,
Huh.
the worker was initially alerted, or he alerted his manager actually, of the
Hi,
massive overpayment. Hey, I got paid way too much.
El Heyo.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So
I got paydo. Too
Yeah.
much.
too much. The manager then reported the issue to HR, which I'm not sure if that's the right department, but whatever. And
They
they,
spell it different.
yeah, right. And they asked the worker to go to his bank and return the extra money, which implies to me that they don't have the ability to get the money back by themselves.
Right. That's a lot of money.
He agreed, said, yeah, I'll go back to the bank the next day. But then he kept the money and ignored communications from his employers over the next few days.
No, he communicated with him. Remember, he sent him a resignation letter.
Oh, yeah, well, that's then he offered his resignation through a letter sent to the company by his attorney. He went legal on him. The worker has not been heard from since.
When somebody vaguely told me this story, I thought he was talking about somebody who was from Chile who worked at Chili's in America, and I was like really confused. I was like, so he's a Chilean person from Chile
So
that
he's a
works at
waiter.
Chili's.
And then we found a Chili's that is in Chile.
Yeah, there actually is a Chili's.
exists.
in
Wait,
Chile.
there is?
Yeah, that exists.
So it
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
It could have been possible.
There's definitely
Still
Chileans
might be
working at
possible.
Chili's
Yeah.
in
Don't know.
Chile.
Yeah.
It
So-
could have happened.
Chilean.
It would have
The-
been way funnier if it had happened that way.
Yeah. The Consorcio Industrial de Alimentos has filed a complaint against the worker, alleging he was misappropriating funds, but no arrests have been made so far. Hard to arrest somebody you can't find. Question.
That's when it's okay to lie, is when the story gets better.
Right? Yeah.
Wait,
So, go ahead.
can they arrest him?
I don't
mean, it
know the
wasn't his
legality here.
fault.
He notified the company that hey, you paid me too much. Well, you got to go to the bank and do it. Okay, yeah, sure.
There's got to be something with it because it's like an ATM, like like the ATM, like if you go in and it says your account has $10 million
And you withdraw as much as you can. That's not your money.
But
Yeah.
also, this is in Chile.
Yeah, so that
we have
Yeah.
no clue.
and here they would get that money back from you whether you wanted to give it to them or not. So
Right, they
whatever happened to where they can't get this money back, they may. And if you got an attorney to send them a letter, maybe that attorney knows something's up and is like, "Yo, you can keep this."
You should run, dude.
We have. So what you're thinking is because it's Chile that there's no.
I don't think they
It's
have as
Chile.
much paperwork
You
as
don't-
we do.
Well, that
There's no
they don't
rules.
they don't have the ability to take back because like most companies in America, like
If they didn't have direct deposit, even here they wouldn't.
I
right?
think here stuff like this has probably happened on smaller scales and like smaller work environment, and we've set these things up to where we can, if something like this happens, like we can go back and fix this like on our own. Like the person who got all the money doesn't have to be involved. The bank will just take the money back, or whoever the payroll company is will take it back.
Well, that's
I'm
even
sure
what
in
if
Chile
you
it's
just-
not that like in depth of a company yet. It's probably newer stuff, just to be honest.
But
mean,
yet,
as
somebody
much
can steal
legality
my
to it.
wife's routing number, walk into a bank, and get money out of our account, even though they are not my wife. That happened like twice.
Both federal legislation like the Fair Labor Standards Act and state labor and employment laws give employers the right to recover an overpayment in full. So in the United States, it ain't your money. I'm wondering if the lawyer's trying to angle it where they don't want to keep the full amount, but they just want to try to get part of it. So they know they can't get the 165,398,851 pesos back, but
I wonder if he went to the bank and withdrew everything.
Yeah,
as soon
that's
as
what
he
I was just
figured
about
it
to say. You
So
can't
it's
take
like-
it back
totally
if
did,
it's
right?
cash
Physically.
in his pocket.
out. Wouldn't you? Just
but
be like, oh, I'm just going to go take that out of my
But
account real
is-
quick.
Well, that's what I say. Well, if the bank isn't the one who paid him, if it was the company, the bank doesn't care. They want him to have that money in there. So if the bank isn't connected to that company at all, or has have no loyalty like they would for us, like I said, like my work, there's a whole different company. I don't care to say it. It's called Paycor. Like they use work uses Paycor to pay people. So Paycor has stuff to like set up. Like that bank probably doesn't care and probably doesn't pay them. That company probably just sends them the money and it goes to their bank account. And that bank's like, nope, we got another dude who's got $100,000. That's cool. We want that. That's better for us.
but they also are in Chile.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Wait, which means you probably get killed for something like this.
Oh, yeah, that was my next thought.
Is that how they are over there?
I don't know.
Just-
I mean, let's not paint the whole brush, but I'm thinking.
It's a third world. It's not third
South
world.
America. South America.
Let me just look. I don't know.
Brad Seller says
It's in
he
South
pulled a
America.
Richard Pryor in Superman 3, which you guys probably haven't watched that movie yet.
Well, what if he just did he just go to a different country?
Chile
with his money?
is
Could
a
have.
first world nation.
And then
If
what?
It's a first world nation?
Pryor
Okay.
was in
Yep.
Superman
It-
3, I might have watched.
Their metrics are ranked
Yeah, it's the
42nd
original
out of 180.
Superman,
Actually, they're doing pretty good for themselves down there.
before the horseback accident.
Looks like southern South America is doing pretty good for themselves, and then we got a little, yeah. So they're first world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he
They have
just gotta-
Chili's.
he
Of
just
course
gotta
they're
go-
first world.
That's true.
So,
Chile.
wow, only the blue is considered first world on that map.
Have you ever got a 2 for 22? Chili's is awesome.
Yeah.
Chili's does not sit well with me,
Yeah, well,
but hey,
I
that's
wouldn't
Chili's
like,
for
I
you.
wouldn't like sitting with you.
Chili's queso.
Going Chili's with my boys.
So good.
Chips and salsa from there, top notch.
So who we blessing?
Yeah. So when you bless somebody, by the way, you don't know how this works.
No.
We didn't
Oh.
explain that at all.
Yeah.
No.
So every episode we share a story of something that is silly or weird or dumb, and when an old lady from the church, when they bless somebody, they say bless their heart.
Oh yeah.
Because they're either stupid or somebody's done something dumb. So we generally try to bless the person who is the dumbest person in this situation. So
I think the company,
That's
they
kind
blew
of
the
you.
bag. The
You going the
company,
company here?
the company fumbled the bag hard. All right,
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I have a different angle.
uh-oh.
Somebody in payroll got fired.
Oh, yeah.
And
that
by
minimum.
fired,
We mean they're dead now.
That person
And
the
their
company,
families.
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe the attorney here for just sheer boldness.
Was he
So-
involved?
Hey, he
Did it
knows
say
he was
bold.
Well, he's got.
He
boldness.
He obviously
knows
knows
he's getting
something.
paid.
Dude's got guts.
He knows that dude has the
So,
money to pay him.
Your client comes to you, hey, my company overpaid me. I need you to write a resignation letter for me so it's legal. And you do it, and then you
Wait.
have the guts to send. I hope he
Joey,
hand delivered it.
Joey, this is how you do it. Pay me up front.
Yeah, right. Yes, yeah.
He
Pay
doesn't
me right
care.
now.
He doesn't care anymore.
You're absolutely
He
right.
doesn't care anymore.
It's-
I got paid.
It's
Okay.
Blake Maislin.
Quattro, 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 quattro.
Well, we found the title of the episode. 4. Call Blake Mason.
Balak Mason. Yeah.
Who doesn't listen to the radio?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
It's all over it.
So,
Yeah, I'm.
the guy? You think the guy? You lean toward the guy?
No, I'm with the company.
Company.
Yeah,
Company?
the company.
Yeah.
I'm
We're gonna bless a
company man.
corporation.
I'm-
Now I have to look the name of it back up. Hold on. I like saying it anyway. So it's whatever.
Meat Mark.
Are you
I'm
ready?
not for big
What is it?
corporations.
Where does he
Right,
work?
Here we go.
Did he work?
Consolidazo.
Human
Yeah.
trafficking.
Consorcio Industrial de Alimentos.
Podbless your heart, sweetie.
Sorry, you. What did you say, Seth? Fumbled the bag.
Fumbled the bag.
Fumbled the El Bago.
There you go.
Yeah.
You gotta say it in Spanish.
Ejectocito, cuz. Gosh, that's a great quote from that movie.
It's the only.
It's so funny whenever Joey quotes a movie. That's the best part.
Because I've actually seen it. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
He saw a
he saw the
movie.
What movie?
It's a Fast and Furious movie, so
Too fast.
Too Furious.
That movie came out when I was in high school.
Dang.
When you were born.
When I was born.
When I was born.
Oh, when she. I was gonna.
No,
say,
no, no. I wasn't in high school.
I've
when
never
you were
seen
born.
Fast
You
and
weren't
Furious.
You were 8 when I graduated high school.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Probably.
was I.
2008.
I graduated high school in 2001.
I was one.
So.
I was one.
I was 11.
You know?
And I barely graduated, so there's that too.
Well, on that note, yeah, you guys good? This was a great. This was one of the. If someone asked me, "Hey, what's your show about?" I would send them. This is one of my favorite episodes we've ever
Been a
done.
good one, right?
Yeah,
Kinda.
this is top. You got to come back. Abby.
Also, by the way,
yeah,
if
I
you
wanna
are
come
out
back.
there listening, be sure to share the episode with a friend. Or if
Like
it's-
Abby did.
Yeah, just like she did for the first time, and followed our
be
show.
like
Hey.
Abigail.
She followed us on Facebook, but we're
Do
also
more,
on,
be better.
we're also on Instagram and Twitter. Go out there and check us out. If you want to watch us on the video, you can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube on Thursday nights. Be sure to check us out next week. But if you want to see the video,
next week.
you
Neither
can-
will Brad. Wait, you will be.
I probably
Maybe.
will be.
I won't.
well,
We
it's
won't
good-
be here.
It's good we discussed
So
this.
Abby, maybe get
I'll
there.
be here.
Camp is next week.
Oh, campus
Tink
next
Hey.
I'll
week.
take over. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So we might not be here next week.
We'll be here.
Okay, we'll be here. So anyway, but yeah, if you're wanting to watch the video of us, you can watch it on Spotify. We actually have it rigged up to where you can watch the video on Spotify. And if you're getting busy and you can't watch it at the moment, click the off button on your phone and you could still keep listening. It's an amazing bit of technology that they've rigged up.
Super cool.
So yeah, you could click back on and watch us, or you can listen to us straight from Spotify. But if you want to watch on YouTube or on Facebook, it's on there as well. It's uploaded. But yeah, get out there, share us.
Do it.
Rate and review.
Hey.
If you've got a platform you're looking at, rate and review for us. It
Another
helps
movie
us grow. Oh, you did another
Do
one?
it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Do it.
it.
Just
do it.
You can do it.
Do it. That was
He's
a funny movie.
He's got a few, but he's got.
Just a few.
But yeah.
Hey, Abby, we do this thing at the end. You'll catch on.
So you'd have to do what we're doing. Just
Yeah.
watch what
So
we're
just-
doing.
you're a
and when
smart
the-
kid.
and
You're
when
You're a
he-
smart kid.
When
When
You'll
he
catch on.
gets finished, you do the same thing.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Prepared.
Scaring me.
Yeah.
Down Periscope.
Yeah. I'm Joey,
I'm Josh.
I'm Brett.
I'm Seth.
I'm Abby.
and
This
this is
is
Pod
Podbless.
Bless.
Yeah.
See, that was a unison part right there.
You're supposed to say that part with
You
us.
didn't warn me.
You dropped the bag.
I figured you fumbled the bag.
Fumbled out bago.
Let's redo the whole episode.